Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
Sorry about that, people watching, and sorry, Pete.
That's all right. Problems happen. Let's. In that case, we will.
Yeah, there were too many
Continue
parameters for her, dealing with different audios and things like that going on, and just too much stress, basically.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's just a game. So, and for all of you that do play D&D out there, I'm sure you understand. But we will continue then if everyone's ready to go. So, in that case, with some quick shifting around, and I will rewrite some stats on the fly. You guys wake up in your imaginary mansion in the underwater city. As you guys get ready to set off, you have a chance to get together and prepare yourself for the journey to the surface. As you guys are getting ready, Mamba turns to the rest of you and says, be really careful. I'm gonna go get Krish ready and make sure that when you guys come back, we can be ready to go straight away. It's a dragon turtle. I'm gonna go make friends.
Yeah.
And so I'll catch up with you guys soon.
Of course.
Yeah.
Don't forget those arrows you need, dummy.
Arrows. And with that, they exit the mansion, immediately hitting the water, swimming through the city. And the rest of you are left with your company as you eat breakfast to decide on what you'd like to do. As I believe Feng is not actually aware of the plan to go to the surface.
Eggs. I need lots of eggs.
So,
What's the plan, guys?
we're going to the surface today,
Yeah?
and going to visit my old home. And I'm regretting this decision already.
I think it's gonna be fine. It'll be great.
I have one question to ask you, Galad. Does everybody have a bunny? Because if I go up there and there's loads of bunnies there...
Yeah, like my clan.
Do all of your clan have bunnies?
Not bunnies.
Polar bears.
No, there's different different positions in the clan. You'll have a different companion.
Whoa. So, if the bigger your animal, the higher your position in the clan?
No, I'm a brave.
A brave?
So I protect the hunting parties.
Whoa.
That's why I have a polar bear.
That's a lot
And I
of
raised her from a cub.
Aww.
Oh.
I never had
Yeah,
an animal.
everyone in my clan has an animal. Everyone in my clan has an animal familiar. Get chosen by the animal.
Oh.
Except me.
You chose Jodie.
I had to choose my own.
Wow.
And I might be in big trouble for that. So while we're up there, if she's not, especially if she's not with me, don't mention her.
Okay. Don't mention Jodie.
Jodie.
Okay.
And to sheath your
Okay.
weapons.
Sheath your weapons?
I mean it. Don't pull them out unless sheath.
Okay.
Don't pull them out unless we're absolutely in danger.
I don't have anywhere I can store a warhammer except for my hand.
Don't you have an ability to strap it to your back?
No.
Maybe we make you a strap.
Maybe we should. Yeah, I mean, I've got rope.
Yeah. We can sort something out. Wait, I have leather armor that I'm not using anymore. Maybe we could just repurpose it, like just cut it to pieces and then turn it into a leather strap. Yeah, I do that.
I'm gonna change Titans.
I can just carry it. It's fine. I'll just carry it.
No, let's be respectable to Galad's family.
Please no.
I am going to take the leather armor I have in my inventory that for some reason I've been holding on this entire time. I'm going to take my daggers and I'm going to cut it into pieces, tie little knots in it, and turn it into a warhammer strap somehow.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a d20, and I'd like you to add your... Oh, what's this gonna be?
It's not
We'll make it
proficiency.
We're gonna make it your intelligence. You are definitely not proficient in
No.
leather crafting.
Oh, I have no plus to my intelligence anymore.
As you try and work this out.
A 16.
A 16. You do carve up the armor, and you do get several strips of leather out of it, to which you manage to sort of fasten them together. You sort of take off some of the extra threads, and you just sort of stitch together. And Feng, you currently have a makeshift holster for your warhammer.
I did not think I would pull that
Okay.
off.
So,
Looking at the
one
leather
other thing
armor,
to
however,
mention.
it's not going to be wearable.
Oh, that's fine. I don't even need it anymore. I will remove it from my inventory.
Okay.
The holster
One other
has-
thing to mention,
Carry on.
there's a whole bunch of stuff in the forest that we could use to make healing potions now that we have the recipe.
That's good to know.
I'd say don't take any of it until we know we're safe,
Okay.
What does it
possibly
look
on our
like?
way out. It is blasphemous. I'm not going to tell you that. It is blasphemous to take anything from that forest.
Okay.
Okay?
Widows have a lot of rules.
Blasphemous thing means bad. Don't do it.
The only rule we had growing
just
up was
my
you
clan.
break it, you buy it. And don't.
Fine, I got gold. It'll be 8. We're good.
Okay. Do we need to get anything before we go?
I think I'm good.
A slightly smaller hammer
A slightly smaller hammer.
to carry.
Or more
I have a
leather
trade-
armor to create a big pack.
Alright, just to carry. I'm a tradesman.
Exactly.
Oh, I'd like to buy a water skin before we leave because I realized I don't have one.
Ooh.
You heading out to the shops, you don't find anyone selling a water skin in an underwater city.
Oh, shit. Pixie, can you make me one out of the leather?
Out of the remains of my leather armor, I will attempt to fashion a water skin.
Yeah, another d20 and add to intelligence. You try and use what's left.
It might come
Doing
with a
your-
few holes, but I rolled an 11.
An 11.
Yup.
Galad, please add a questionable water skin to your inventory.
Oh god. Yeah, because remember I filled it with potion forever ago and chucked it at someone to
I
drink?
do, yeah.
Yeah, and I never got it back, so...
Oh, God. Well, I tried. I'm not proficient in this. I have intelligence modifier, an intelligence stat of 10. I done did my best.
So, if there is nothing else, are you guys ready to head forth on the journey?
Yes.
Totally ready.
No, but
Okay.
yes.
All the way that we're walking, I would like to be playing my lute.
Okay.
I need to pick my lute up again.
You swim out of the tavern and directly up once again to the very top of the vast underwater cavern that the city is actually in. It takes, again, about 20 minutes to swim, and before you breach the surface, and you can already see patrols of militia heading back and forwards up this tunnel. It seems that although you guys dealt with the threat that was known, trade has not yet continued. And from the information that you do gather from the parties going backwards and forwards, they are patrolling the area to make sure that there are no further threats. As you continue walking up this winding, ascending tunnel, where you once came across areas that split off and looked like they had been dug out by the beasts, you see several of these patrols are going into them and marking the walls. Checking and scouting the area before they open up to civilians. The ascent takes a while. A few hours go by as you make your way through winding tunnels. However, before long, you all find yourselves almost squinting as the light of day is beginning to beam into the tunnel network that you're in. You guys have been underground for almost 2 weeks. And this is the first sunlight you guys have seen. And it is alien. You've all wandered the woods and the wilds. There have been many a time where you have caught that beautiful moment where the sun streams through the trees and you can almost see these golden bars of light. And yet, here, as you exit the cave, they're ever so much more pronounced. The leaves and foliage around you are vibrant, lush green. Though you know it not to be springtime, in fact, it was nearing autumn when you guys last were above ground. Flowers around you are in full bloom. Wonderful pinks, blues and yellows. Colours of all kinds erupt from the forest floor, where normally no plant should grow due to the lack of sunlight that the tree canopy blocks. This place is alive. Wonderfully so.
I'm going to immediately take my shoes off. Like, from my armor, I'm just going to take them off and run around in the grass and literally just, you know, like how kids roll around in like thick grass. I'm going to do that.
As you do, your feet sink into the grass. That connection to nature, one that you have grown up with back home on your caravan, every time you set up camp in the wilds, immediately floods back to you. It's warm like grass gets during a hot sunny day. And your feet sink ever so slightly into dirt.
This is so beautiful.
Are you gonna get on top of Nuki? Start riding.
Nuki seems slightly uncomfortable here. This is a dire polar bear in relative warmth and just not used to this environment. Yet, they're not at a total discomfort. They sort of let out a low groan, something of content. Being outside of those caves, and even you yourself, no longer having to hunch over in some of these tunnels, having to walk beside Nuki rather than being in pride and place on Nuki's back. You, for most of you, for almost the first time since the arena, see Feng stretch his back out as he rises to his full height on Nuki's back, towering above you. Comfortable.
Jesus, I forgot how tall you are.
I don't forget how small you are. Sometimes I think I'm gonna hurt someone, but
I'm short for my clan. Okay.
This is so beautiful.
The sad part is, I have no idea really what to look for except the most dangerous thing in this entire fucking forest. So,
Define the most dangerous.
don't know if we should
thing?
hope to see a plan or.
The most dangerous.
Well, it's not dangerous in and of itself. It's not dangerous in and of itself, but the people guarding it can be. People, elves, whatever. So I'm not sure if we should hope to actually find my clan, or if we should pray we don't meet any of them.
you should meet your clan. Family is everything.
Family means nothing to me, Feng.
Family is who you choose, though. It doesn't have to be who you're.
Yeah, you guys are much more my family is. You guys are much more family than my biological family is.
Exactly.
Okay, we'll try and make our way to the middle of the forest, I guess.
Lead the way.
Okay. Galad, make me a nature check. At advantage, as this is your homeland.
Okay. 16.
16. So you are aware that there are several ways of finding the healing ingredients you would need to help Marle recover from their scars. You know that there are many plants that grow in the Springwood that, if combined, could fix the deformation. You also know that there are many creatures, often fey or sylvan in nature, that are not elves, that have the magical capability to do so. Though where exactly they are, you do not know, and you would have to hunt for them. Finally, you know that if Marle was to make it to the ring tree itself, it's a guaranteed fix. You also know exactly where that is. However, you also know that your village surrounds it.
I'm going to try and look for these plants without describing it to them, and my reasoning is going to be because, at least if I'm the one who picks them, I'm the only one in trouble.
Okay. As you guys begin heading out, Galad takes the lead. Taking a moment to have a quick look around and gather your bearings, can you please make me a survival check? You cannot be assisted because you have not dished out any information.
Nat 20, 22.
22, nice. So, you begin heading out into the forest, taking a quick look at some of the trees. You look at where the moss grows, quickly identifying the direction that you need to head, or at least you think you need to. How are you guys proceeding through this forest?
Carefully and quietly.
Should we be quiet?
We should be quiet.
We'll try to be quiet.
Okay. Can you all please make me a stealth check?
At disadvantage. Wait, do I still get disadvantage if I took my shoes off?
Yes, you do.
Damn it. I thought I'd ask.
Because although your shoes do not clink against the floor, the rest of the plate armor does.
Yeah. I just realized I got really excited because I rolled at 18. I was like, oh, this is amazing. I did so well. Wait, disadvantage. 3.
A total of 3?
Yep.
Okay.
Nat 1, so a total of 6. 7. 7.
Or 5.
We are not being quiet.
Got a 11.
I might as well get my drum out and just really ruin the whole stealth thing. Just boom, boom,
Okay.
boom, boom, boom.
With an average of 6. Okay.
Fantastic. We did good.
You guys follow Galad's lead, traveling where there are no paths, purely one with the forest. As you guys tread, it takes you maybe about half an hour before you do notice, Galad, that up ahead is a large clearing. The clearing itself is a field of yellow and gold. Flowers that bloom, mimicking the sun above you. With your survival, you know these to be sun lilies, and that the field ahead of you must actually be slightly submerged in water. These flowers do have some alchemical properties, though you yourself you're not proficient in alchemy, you're not quite sure what they can do. Your understanding is that they react to sunlight. And they are, if ingested without boiling, poisoned.
I'm gonna pick a few. Try and keep them away from my fucking rabbit.
Okay. You reach out. Please make me a nature check.
Eight.
8. You wander across to the edge of this clearing, and you sort of kneel down, placing your hand at the base of these flowers. And it's been a long time. In fact, it's been over 100 years since you were here. And as you go to pick some of them, you sort of pluck at the base of this flower, and you just feel the stems snap between your fingers. Do notice that as you sort of pull your hands away, your fingertips are glowing gold.
How do I do that?
Don't touch anything.
But you just touched it.
I don't care. Don't touch anything.
Now I really want to touch it.
You guys are seriously the worst.
Okay, fine.
As you say that,
Okay, we need to. Go ahead.
as you say that, you just notice Jodie on your shoulder as you've knelt down next to these flowers is like, they've wrapped their mouth around the stem of one of these flowers, and they haven't closed their mouth yet, but it's sort of like there, ready to bite through, and then they clock you looking at them and decide better of it, pulling back and it seems that you notice them through their rebellious rabbit hole.
That's very well behaved of Jodie, for once.
I mean, she should know better than I, technically. Anyways, we need to find one of the Fae or Sylvan creatures, because they're much better at alchemy than any of us are.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
do you guys know what those look like, or am I looking alone here?
I might have knowledge of this.
Do you know what they look like?
Like, I've read a shit ton of books.
Roll me a history check.
Yeah.
This is knowledge through books.
Okay. What have we got? We have got a 12.
12. You've read of some Fey creatures that inhabit Valorian. You know of dryads, which are sort of tree spirits, about human in height and size, tend to guard groves of magical or spiritual importance. You have read about pixies that are tricky and tricksy by nature, often light-hearted. However, you do know that there are dark pixies out in the world that will guile and lure you to bitter end. You know of will-o-wisps that will appear and lure adventurers away before attempting to possess their soul and make them vanish into the woods.
Wow. Love that. I guess I can help. I have a semi-working knowledge of fays and pixies and, you know, Sylvani kind of creatures.
Okay.
Any of them
You
gonna
do
hurt
have
us?
to kind of be careful.
I mean, we have to be very careful with some of them. So if anything in the books I've read is right, then yeah, we have to be careful. They are very annoying little creatures when they want to be. Or
Can
extremely
Feng
lovely.
draw his lance?
Or that
Can I draw my lance?
you get your lance out and keep it ready, weapon
I'm
drawn.
being careful.
Feng, put it away.
It's a walking stick.
I don't care. Put it away.
Some of them are
It's
so
gonna get us
small.
in so much trouble.
Like, some of them are so small you might not even be able to poke it with your lance. Like, on your shoulder kind of tiny. Some of them are really big, but, you know.
Feng's just gonna hold it down by Nuki's side where it was hung, but not hang it.
Sneaky.
Feng's gonna try and be sneaky.
Sleight of hand. Sleight
I'm
of
gonna
hand.
try and notice
Yeah,
that.
maybe a sleight of hand. Maybe a sleight of hand roll.
Yeah, it's got a +1, you know.
Me or Feng?
That's 17.
You guys do
Love that.
not quite know. You guys watch as Feng holsters the lance. In reality, Feng, you rest the lance on top of the wrapping that it normally hides in, and it
That's
is
what I was aiming
ready to go. It is ready to go. You guys have a choice. You can either go around this field or through it as you begin your hunt for one of these creatures. Is there a specific creature you guys would like to try and look for?
I'd know what the most reliable and nicest ones would be, right?
You know that all Fey creatures, unless they are twisted by some dark malevolence, they are all generally good. However, very hard to trust because of how many games they like to play.
I like games.
Okay, I just say let's go around, because Jodie's gonna be a little shit if we go through, and just keep your eyes peeled for one. I'm sure they'll hear us We're so great at stealth.
How long does Divine Sense last for?
I believe.
Is this
Is it
just like
one
a
round?
rolling thing?
Let's have a real quick look, shall we?
Because it doesn't specifically say.
Divine Sense. Until the end of your next turn, last 6 seconds.
Okay. And would this be able to extend to Twisted Phase? To be fair, I don't know that. But...
You know that it works on Celestials, Fiends, and Undead.
Okay. Yeah, I will spend the time that we're walking just trying to keep an eye out for creepy shit.
Okay, can you please make me a perception check? What are you two doing?
Just keeping an eye out.
Perception check.
Okay. I perceive nothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Got a 3. Wait, no, sorry, I got a 7. I rolled a 3. I forgot I had a modifier there.
7.
Yeah.
A total of 3 from Feng.
I'm gonna be looking for any Fae I can see.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
I have no idea what these things are.
I got a 3. Whatever
You
check I'm
guys-
doing.
You guys all rolled 3s. Okay. You guys begin heading around the field of sun lilies. Trying to keep an eye out, however, the simple beauty of this place and the very essence that you are outdoors finally is making it very hard to concentrate. As you guys continue walking around, following Galad's lead through this wilderness, this forest, you don't quite notice, but you have exited the terrain around this open grove clearing, and Galad, the first thing you notice about it is your foot steps off of solid ground and into a stream with you guys look down and you've found some sort of creek that is running through this wood, and hovering maybe 30 feet away from you is this tiny glittering pink ball that darts across the water at a rapid speed, circles you once, and then vanishes behind a tree maybe 30 feet away from you.
I'm gonna yell at it and go, "Hey, wait! Stop! I need your help!"
Are we talking like?
Teeny tiny? Like, meeny miny?
Maybe 5 inches tall.
Oh, so
Like
cool.
baseball?
Like it's a red ball.
I'm saying size.
A red ball.
Yeah, roughly that size, but this one's pink and glittery.
It's me. Sorry. Wait a minute.
I'm going over to the tree.
Where did it go?
You noticed it darted behind a tree about 30 feet from you. Galad calls out to it, and Feng just immediately starts leading Nuki over towards that tree.
I'm gonna walk over to that tree, and it's gonna slip out of me without really me realizing. But I'm not going to be speaking common, I'm going to be speaking celestial.
What'd you say?
Hi, we just want to talk real quick. You look really pretty.
As you guys go up towards the tree, you don't see anything for a moment before a tiny hand sort of grabs the side of the tree and a small, 5 inches tall, bright pink-skinned girl peers their face around you. You can hear the humming of wings, and as you look, there are 6 small butterfly wings on the back of this creature. They're wearing a very small, leaf-wrapped dress, and you can see what looks almost like glitter makeup just spread underneath their eyes and over their cheeks as they stare at you with eyes almost too large for their face. You speak really funny, miss.
What language is he speaking to me in?
It seems to be common.
Oh, hi. Yeah, sorry, I'm speaking in common again. I didn't know what language you spoke, so I thought I would try something different. Hi.
Not that one. Who are you? Wow, you're really big.
You're really
You're
small.
really tiny.
I'm not tiny. I'm tall for my people.
Oh my god. This is too cute. I want
This
to
is
keep
a
them.
really big bear. How did you turn them white?
He was born white.
No, it wasn't. Bears are brown and black, silly.
Not this bear.
Did
You
you
need to get
use
out of the forest more.
paint?
No.
Well, you know how you're pink, right?
Yes.
Well, you were born pink, right? You didn't paint your skin.
Oh, actually, Flax made me pink.
Oh,
The spell went a little bit wrong. It was funny though.
you guys choose your own colours?
Well, duh, don't you?
No.
No.
You're an Eladrin. You can do, like, similar things.
I can change my seasons, sure, but I can't make myself bright pink, try as I might.
And why, oh why, would you pick winter?
I had some
It's awesome.
stuff happen, and my seasons change when I get sad or when I get happy. And right now I'm real sad.
Oh.
Aww. You see them sort of let go of the tree, their wings sort of burst into life, this almost violent vibrating sound. This sort of just ricochets around the area as they float away from the tree and sort of dart out in front of you. Well, I can fix sadness.
Can you?
Would you like to see a trick?
Of course.
Well, let me call my sister.
Okay.
They sort of turn around. Do any of you speak Sylvan?
Letty does. She literally just mentioned it. And she's not here anymore. Fuck.
You hear this little creature say something. You pick up one word. Bellflower. And that is the only word you quite distinctly pick out. Before another small, glittery, green ball of energy just sort of darts out from the tree canopy above you guys. And they just both sort of float down next to each other. And there are 2 of them. One in complete pinks and glitter and one in greens. They look identical aside from their colour. Well, this is my sister, and we are great at making people smile. Hey, so you've got a white bear. Do you want to know what's really good about white? Do you want to guess? Do you want to guess?
You can
What?
paint it.
It's so easy to paint. And they flick their finger. There's a snap of their finger, and there is an explosion of color. Can you please all make me dexterity saving throws?
I can't wait to be pink. I better not have passed this. I fucking passed this. Damn it!
You can always choose to fail a save if you wish.
Yeah, I'm actually going to choose to fail this save. I just rolled a 16.
Okay.
I want to
Galad
be
got
pink.
7. You got a 16. Feng, Nuki.
He got a 15 and Feng got a dexterity saving throw.
Yes.
18. 18.
18. You actually managed to steer Nuki to pull back at the last second, as there is an explosion of pink dust. The floor. Some ends up in the little creek riverbed. Galad and Marle are just coated in this pink dust, but it's exploded out from the Pixie, and thus only half of you is covered, and the other half is completely fine. See? Pink! No! Not green! And there's another explosion. Make another saving throw, please, all of you.
I'm fine. I'm letting it happen. Pink and green.
2 from Galad. 11 from Galad. You are coated again. Now half pink, half green.
15 for Nuki and a 12 for Feng.
What was that for Nuki? Sorry.
13.
Nuki is fine. However, you have to, in your attempt to steer Nuki away, you almost lean around the saddle and you get like spattered by bright, glittery green dust. See? Green! Though we said that white is really easy to stain. Your bear is really quick, mister.
Yeah, do not get a covered in color. Don't do it.
Okay. Do something different to cheer up the little Eladrin, Missy. Would you like to see a different one?
Of course. I mean, I'm pink and green.
Okay.
Oh wait, is my armor pink and green? How long am I going to be pink and green for?
Oh, probably a while until it rains and you get wet.
I can't wait. This is amazing. I've wanted
I'm
pink
gonna
armor for so long.
I'm gonna step in between the two and be like, guys, we have a serious problem and not a lot of time. Can you help us with her deformation and my moles that seem to have almost completely disappeared? I have no idea what this is. It was a spider bite.
I'm going to take my armor off so they can see the deformation, but I'm going to be visibly, like, uncomfortable about it.
It does take you 10 minutes to remove heavy armor.
That's fine.
So you do start to remove it. As you do, the green pixie turns to you. You don't have much time, but you just got here. We love playmates. Come on, let's do another trick.
I really like your tricks. But,
see, they like tricks.
But
please.
But they're not wrong. We are a little bit pressed for time. We have a whole ridiculous host of important big person things to do, and it's terrible. But we can see a trick after.
Smile.
Yeah.
You don't have time to
Let you do
enjoy
tricks.
yourselves.
Tricks after.
know.
Always tricks after.
Well, make me a persuasion check, please.
Cool. Oh,
How many more
okay.
tricks you got?
We've got loads. Would you like to see one?
How can I be proficient in persuasion
Am I going to get covered in paint?
and not have a modifier? This is heartbreaking. I rolled a 9.
You should have a modifier for persuasion.
I do not. I don't know why. I would
No,
like
is it
one.
because of the deformity? Is it because of the deformity?
Oh. No, that was, I have disadvantage on Persuasion, I
You
don't
have
know.
disadvantage on persuasion. You have disadvantage on persuasion checks.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know why it's +0 anymore, though.
For some reason, you've put a skill override on that skill.
Okay. Should I take
You
them
have
off?
a +7.
Okay.
Yes.
That's good. I was gonna say, I wondered where that went. Okay, so I rolled a 9 to start off with. That is a 16. That's
And
my
is that
lowest as well.
disadvantage?
Yeah.
Your lowest, 16.
Yeah.
Okay, we can tell you something. Maybe we can fix it. Did you know the spring tree could do that? Just go and see the elves. They're great. Your people. And they point directly at Galad.
She doesn't really want to go and see her own people. From what I've gathered, they've had a bit of a falling out. She hasn't told us the whole story, and that's okay. I'm not going to force her to say things. But we trust you guys.
Well, that's great. Well, we can do something about it. But you, and they point at Feng, you said you wanted to see another trick.
I'll see another trick.
One of them, the pink one, flosses over to you and sort of whispers into your ear. What? Should we play a trick on the two elves?
%.
Like, they don't want to have fun. This would be so much fun.
I am totally down. Let's do it.
Right. Okay. The pixie turns around and speaks to the both of you. So we understand. We'll do tricks later, but we'll have to send you there. There is a small place. One of the Dryads might know. They can fix you. We're gonna have to cast some spells on you though. So can you please make sure you don't resist it?
Can I...
What spells?
Get some insight on this? See what the...
Roll me an insight check, please. They're just clairvoyant spells. They'll help you see the path that you can't see. Really important in the woods, isn't it, sis? Yeah, really important.
I'm not seeing shit. I got a 7.
These creatures are way too happy, and your recent sadness is just almost struggling to comprehend anything right now.
I know our way through these woods like the back of my goddamn hand. We don't need a clairvoyant spell. Just tell me the general direction.
Okay, that way! And they just point off somewhere in the woods.
What are you guys' names? I love you. Like, you're both wonderful.
The pink one turns around and quite excitedly, I'm Flax! I'm Flax! And this is my sister Bellflower. I got to introduce myself. I'm Bellflower. We're the Plumfoots.
Loves it.
What area of the woods are we looking for?
You're looking for the bit that you already know about, silly. You just told us. And at that point, they both snap their fingers. Can both Galad and Marle please make me wisdom saving throw?
Cool.
Again, if you wish, you can choose to fail.
And he's given the little pixie things full support. Like, this is a good idea.
I got a 17, but I'm choosing to fail.
Okay.
I like that game.
I got a 12.
You got a 12. Galad, you fail. As you guys turn around, suddenly the trees begin to grow. 10 foot taller,
Yeah.
20 foot taller, 50 feet taller. You watch as Feng and Nuki begin to grow. They begin to double in size, triple in size. Even then, the sky gets further and further and further away until you notice that the grass is also growing massive around you. The entire forest rising up like a gargantuan jungle. And then you turn and you try and talk to each other, falling out, not being able to see over all of the large, giant grass strands anymore. And all you can do is let out this small chittering sound. Feng, you watch as both of your companions have been polymorphed into squirrels.
Squirrels!
And Galad, you turn to your side, you see a squirrel, you see Feng, who is massive in comparison to you now, and you see a giant Jodie. If you've
I have
ever
a feeling
seen
Jodie would say to me.
if you would think Jodie was saying something, but if you've ever thought what a rabbit would look like when it literally rolls on the floor with laughter, this is what is currently happening right now.
How long?
I mean, squeak, squeak.
Yeah, how long does this last?
We don't know. It's great, isn't it? Would you like a go? Would you like to have a go?
Thank you. I will stay as me. You two are wonderful, though.
Okay. We should make him have a go. Yeah, we should, shouldn't we? Snap.
No.
Wisdom saving throw for both you and Nuki, please.
D12, not D20. My bad. Ah. Fang, it's a 7. Nuki is a... I think he's up wisdom. Ah, +1. 12.
This giant of a man on a mountain of a polar bear rapidly shrink and just poof down into this tiny squirrel form. You guys, all 4 of you are squirrels, as the 2 pixies quickly float down, and one of them sits on Feng's back, just like he was on Nuki, and the other one floats down and just stands next to Marle. This is great!
Marle, we're all...
You go to speak, and you can't.
This is the best.
Sorry,
thing.
that was supposed to be out of character. I was going to say, I just realized we are bright pink and green squirrels, the 2 of us.
Yeah, we are.
And Feng is a green squirrel.
This is fantastic. I love it with my entire being.
You can picture an angry squirrel. That's what Fang is.
The one on your back just sort of shakes their hand around like, giddy up! They start kicking your sides. I've got one!
Who are they riding?
Feng.
Cool. Is the one still next to me?
Yes, with a big grin on their face.
I'm going to nuzzle them.
I'm the cuddly one!
And I'm going to gesture with my head for the pixie to ride me.
Pixie clambers onto your back.
Fuck yeah.
This one's great! Your one doesn't look too happy there! As the green one floats around, just sort of sat on Feng's back. This isn't fair, Flax. This is not going anywhere. They keep kicking you in the sides and the ribs with their feet like you would a horse.
Can I still understand them speaking?
You guys can understand them, but you
Sweet.
guys can't speak.
Hearing them getting frustrated that Feng isn't going anywhere, I'm going to dart. And basically just give this pixie a really fun ride around the green.
You bolt around. Before
You're just gonna lay down.
You do start moving around before you feel the hands of this pixie sort of grabbing the tufts of fur by your ears, and they start slightly pulling you in one direction and guide you towards a tree.
I let them.
Okay, you keep running and keeping up your momentum, and before you sort of leap up in your claws, dig into the bark, and you find yourself rapidly able to climb. You are very quick, as quick as a small squirrel can be.
I climb to the very top of the tree.
The rest of you watch as this bright pink and green glittery squirrel bolts to the top of the tree. This is great. So, we need to go this way, but your friends don't look like they're coming. Flower! Get him to move!
I'll run down the tree, go in front of Feng, and just, like, happily chirp at him. Like...
Are you three coming or what? We gotta go!
Feng is not gonna leave Nuki's back.
Nuki is also a squirrel at this point.
Oh, okay. I did not realize that.
Nuki
In that case...
looked so confused.
Okay. Let's go. I didn't realize. I thought Nuki was still Nuki. My bad.
No. They rolled a 12 and the DC was 13.
Cool.
So both Galad and Nuki failed by 1.
You wouldn't let us push it though. What the hell?
Nope. You can't push everything. Only
If you push it, you end up with a squirrel tail for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow wherever they're taking this because obviously we can still understand what they're telling us.
Okay, so being led out front, you guys dart up the nearby tree. You find yourself, instead of climbing all the way to the top, going about halfway before running across a branch. As you start running, you feel once again the kicking of the Pixie's legs against your side, Marle, spurring you onwards as if you were a mount. And you keep running until quickly bring this up. Until the branch suddenly runs out. They sort of push forwards with their hands, urging you to jump. You do see across the ways another tree branch.
Whoa.
Little ways away.
I'll fucking go for it.
Okay, can you please make me an athletics check? But this is with the an acrobatics check. This is with the squirrel stats, which is a +2.
11.
11. You immediately leap and you land. It's a new learning curve for you. You're landing with 4 feet, and you've got tiny claws that grip into the bark on the far side. But before you scramble, trying to maintain balance, finding out actually it's a bit easier to maintain balance up here. And you immediately continue running. The rest of you, you see. You see this. You see Marle jump to the next tree across.
I'm gonna follow.
All right, D20 +2 for you and Nuki. And Galad, are you joining? All right, D20 +2.
D20 for Nuki, and then 6 for Feng.
Okay.
16.
Yeah.
You all one by one jump. Before turning your head around, you can smell that you're a squirrel down as you turn around and you see Feng sort of leap, make it about halfway before almost cartoonishly stopping and begins to fall through the air. At this point, Feng, you feel the heels of the pixie digging into your sides, and the vibrating of wings sound like a drowning. These sounds of the forest out for you now that you're quite small. As it lifts and attempts to carry you up. No! Up, silly! This isn't part of the game anymore. It hurts down there. As they do lift you onto the branch. are okay. You guys continue running, darting from tree to tree, up trunks, across further branches, down trunks, across trees, down to the ground floor, before making a skip across an area. There is a moment where you guys run through what seems like a giant forest of daffodils and various other coloured flowers, now much smaller than you normally are. They lead you on and on for about 10 minutes, which turns into 20, which turns into 30. As you continue running, there's an area of the woods that it begins to get dark. The sunlight that beams through and begins to fade. There's an obvious nervousness to the fey creatures by you. Oh, maybe this bit of the forest isn't great for visitors. Maybe we should all be quiet. We'll take this next bit slow. Right?
I nod. And like snuffle.
Brilliant! Brilliant! We're still gonna be here, by the way. As they both snap their fingers and both of them vanish. Marle and Feng, however, you can feel their hands, their tiny little hands, still ripping your fur.
Cool.
Can you all please make me stealth check? You have a +4 on stealth, and you are not at disadvantage.
Cool. Okay. There we go. +4, right?
21 for Feng and a 7 for Nuki.
17.
11.
Okay. You guys begin to take it slow, still being guided by the now invisible passengers. As you dart across the forest floor and a smaller tree, thinner tree this time. It's a little bit taller before branching out and once again hopping over to the next tree along. They seem very keen at this point to get you off the floor. And it doesn't take you long to see why. As you travel further into the shade, all of the sunlight is drowned out. Shadows loom over the forest floor now, twisting and winding, mimicking fingers. There's a quiet snap of twigs. As you take a look below you, maybe 20 feet below you, one of the large shrubs moves. Unnaturally so. As feet made of bark step out of the earth and crunch into the floor with sort of a leafy crash. This creature begins looking around. You see it rise up, arcing its back and stretching before leaning down and picking up a large wooden club. You see... actually, can you all make me perception checks? Perception of a squirrel is +1.
12.
12. 5.
Nat 20, 21.
Natural 20. Another natural 20. Nice. Your dice are rolling good. Galad, you do spot this. Covering this tree creature are these dark crimson mushrooms. Though these mushrooms have almost roots that are wrapping around the bark limbs of this creature. An infection of some kind, or a growth. As it looks around, there's a point where it pauses all movement entirely as it begins to look up. There is a sudden whoosh of air as an arrow flies out of the foliage to the side and embeds into this creature. It stumbles sideways and collapses to the floor before rising up, grabbing at its club. You begin to hear another as more arrows impact into this beast. There is a bassy groan as this creature calls out, almost unable to speak in this language. It is not Sylvan. Before more arrows bury in, and the creature drops its club, collapsing it into the dirt before landing with one knee and breaking apart almost into various different logs and twigs. You all quickly scarper, hiding amongst the canopy of the tree, looking down on this creature. Before one by one, you all spot wearing dark green leathers and linens, sleek but sturdy leather boots, hoods pulled up over their heads, and fine gilded bows. A band of 4 humanoids step out from hidden positions on the forest floor, arrows still knocked onto the bow. One by one, they start approaching the creature, speaking in Elven. That's the 3rd one this day, Captain. We need to find where these creatures are coming from. I know full well, Cilia. Our hunt will continue. For your arrows, remove the infection. Keep your eyes open for others. And remember, those infected must perish. You see them uncork a glass jar and just throw it down onto the body of this monster. The glass jar shatters into flame. Liquid fire that spreads over the dark bark. You watch as the crimson fungus leans away from the flames as best it can before being engulfed, and you all swear you can hear at the back of your mind, the base of your skull, a shriek, a shrill, loud and high-pitched shriek. Before silence.
Huh.
Where to next, Captain? We regroup. We'll regroup with the Hunt Master. Which Hunt Master? The southern leader. Hunt Master Alamandora. They will give us information on what happens next. Which of these corruptions we can find. Come. We head north. one by one, these creatures, these humanoids, speaking in Elvish, continue heading north, disappearing into the shrubland. And after going a mere 20 feet away from you, vanish into the foliage. You can hear them for a little longer before the footsteps themselves and the moving trees vanish away. Sorry?
Get that name again.
Hunt Master Alamandora.
Thank you.
The forest remains quiet for a moment. 30 seconds go by before the two pixies reappear on your back. That was really close. They definitely would have been a little bit suspicious if they was up here, wouldn't they? Oh right, you guys probably want to talk about it. Here you go. They sort of clap their hands and immediately fly away from you. Can you all please make me dexterity saving throws as your once small bodies that fit perfectly on a tree branch become proper sized? Nuki makes this at disadvantage. As you all reappear on thin, a dexterity saving throw. As you all reappear at your original size at the flick of a button on a treetop.
23.
15.
15.
You got a 6 and Feng got a 15.
Feng, you're fine. Galad, you're fine. Marle, you're fine. There is all a loud snap and a crash of bark as a maybe less than a kilo weighted squirrel suddenly turns into maybe a ton worth of bear. Crack! There is a loud smashing sound before Nuki falls 20 feet to the forest floor, taking 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
That halved, but take half when fail.
No, because you're not riding them at this point.
Cool.
I take it Jodie just reappears on my shoulder or jumps back up.
Jodie does jump next to you.
I'm gonna look around for a second and just be like, okay. When I open my mouth for the first time, I'm literally just gonna go zip. Even though I know I'm not speaking squirrel anymore.
You're gonna go with Nuki, make sure she's okay.
You climb her down. Nuki is up, but okay.
I will go down to where Nuki is and do lay on hands for 8 points.
Place your hand upon them, immediately healing them back up. Right, so they said they're going north and they're gonna find the Hunt Master? Guess where the forest spirits are?
South.
How did you know?
I read your mind.
They're north.
They're north, yeah.
I know, I was pulling your leg. That was me playing one of my games.
My game! We love games! Okay, well, from here you need to head directly north for about 20 minutes, and then you need to turn northwest for another 30, and then north again for another 20. And then you'll get to the grove, but just a warning, it's been a little poorly lately.
Been a little poorly how?
We don't know. That would be what the Huntmaster's looking for. Though they really don't take kindly to us. Do they, Flax? No, not at all, Bellflower.
Why could they possibly not
they
like
let
you?
on. Oh, because they're guardians of the spring tree.
Are you not guardians of the spring tree?
No, we're not. It's the elves' job. Has been since the Great Guardian Wars. We just sort of came through the pools and enjoyed the forest.
So what do you do?
Well, play games,
Oh, it's
duh!
trouble.
Is there always someone to play games with?
Yeah,
Not always. Sometimes it gets a bit boring, just us two. Would you like to stay?
I was going to say
Would
the
you like to
exact
leave?
opposite. Exactly what Feng just said. We live a life of adventure. We do so many cool things. We fought a dragon the other day. Imagine the games you could play with a dragon. And we have a dragon turtle that is our home. He's called Krish.
Your home is a dragon temple.
Yeah.
That sounds quite marvellous. Oh, well, what kind of adventures do you go on? Do you play lots of tricks on people?
Well, I
Yes.
used to play lots of tricks on people, but then I lost all of my tricksy magic. So, yeah, we play tricks.
We need someone to
We
teach
just
us
tricked
better
our way
tricks,
out of
though.
jail.
We do. We do need somebody to teach us better tricks. And we do break out of jail every now and then. That seems to be a recurring
That's a
theme.
fun game.
Yeah.
That does sound like a fun game. And we've never played the dragon before. This does sound interesting. Can you please make me a persuasion roll? With advantage from the helpful words of your companions.
Sweet. Persuasion, yeah?
Yeah.
I can't maths. 16 plus 23.
23.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on.
So, your house is a giant dragon turtle. You
Yeah.
fight and play with dragons.
Yeah.
And you perform jailbreaks. And you love playing tricks on people.
We do.
You're not lying, are you?
Swear on my pinky.
They look at each other before Flax, the pink pixie, flies up to you and just grabs your finger with both of their hands and just shakes.
Oh my god.
Right, okay then. Decided. We'll come with you. It sounds like a right giggle, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay. Are we gonna stick with you for now, or do you want to tell us where your turtle is?
Well, you said the Springwood elf people don't like you, right?
They don't like outsiders in general.
Okay. So if you were here and you were invisible, would they know you were here?
Oh, it depends on how much they look, really. Sometimes they're like really spotty, and they can see you from quite far away. Sometimes you're just minding your own business in the woods, and they're there. You know, you don't see them because they're really good at hiding.
That's true. What do we think? Do they come with us?
I think they should come with us and turn us back into squirrels so we can pretend to be woodland animals as we sneak through here.
We can't exactly fix my deformed stuff if we're a squirrel, though.
But we also
And if they come with us, they can change us back.
we also might have used our magic for the day.
That's fine.
Can you go invisible anymore?
Maybe. No.
Well, it's up to you guys whether you want to come or not. But
Yeah.
we need to get.
You would be putting yourselves at risk if you came with us. Probably. So if you like risk and you like playing with, you know, the risk, then come with us.
Would that be fun?
Depends on your definition of fun, but I feel like you'd enjoy it.
Well, our
Maybe.
definition of fun is, you know, when you do things that are a little bit silly and makes you happy, and you get those warm fuzzy buzzies in your stomach.
I love fuzzy buzzies. Okay.
You shouldn't come.
You don't think they should come?
No, I don't want them to get hurt.
That's true. How are you guys at
You look very squishy.
Yeah.
Feng's just gonna lean right over to one, like face to face.
You lean across to Bellflower, the green one, and they just take their hands. They spread their arms really wide because they're only about 5 inches like tall, and their arms aren't that big. And they just sort of like push your cheeks together.
Whoa.
Squishy, like you. Actually, his cheekbones are quite firm. He's got a lot of muscle. Do you do exercises? Or do you just eat a lot? Like, you've got like a really well-defined jaw.
I just eat a lot.
Right, okay. So, are we coming?
If you come with us, you will have to... I mean, I've been told to be on my best behaviour. So, if you prefer to not be on your best behaviour, then we can give you this special weed that helps you breathe underwater, and you can go and meet Krish. Entirely up to you.
Where is he?
Underwater.
Well, that might be a titsy-witsy little problem, like titsy-litsy little us. We can't swim.
Oh. Okay. I guess you could... Wait. We don't want you to get hurt, basically. So, why don't you wait for us...
Won't be underwater.
Sorry, Galad?
Said he won't be underwater forever.
Yeah. Exactly. You can still come with us.
We can hold you while we swim.
Yeah.
Right, so we're going now, are we?
No, not now. We have some stuff to do.
Right, gotcha. Didn't you listen? Of course, listen! Right, okay, well, tell you what, we'll just be really sneaky and we'll just follow you.
Okay. That's fine with me. Be sneaky.
Brilliant.
No hard feelings if you flee.
Do you remember... Flee? We don't flee. We joyfully fall back.
That's what I'm calling it next time.
Backpedaling merriment.
I'm a big fan of this. Okay.
Way to be.
So, you said north for 20 minutes.
And then?
Northwest for 30 minutes. 25. Yeah, 25. You were very specific.
And then north again for 20.
Yes. We go in that direction.
Left, up, and then south, and then east, and then like 30 minutes later going in circles.
Well,
it'll be great fun.
You're
so ready for an adventure.
You're coming with us, so you can guide us if we get lost.
Deal.
Good deal.
You see them turn and start whispering to each other. I'm gonna quickly look at your passive perception.
I think mine's 14 to make it easier for you. Sit down to look.
I see nothing.
Galad, as you do just about catch what they're saying, as Bellflower turns to Flax and just says, "So if they get lost, we're gonna make them extra lost, right?" Yeah.
I love them so much.
I mean, it's hard for me to get lost in here, so...
It's a big wood. Even elves don't know their way around it all the time. Anyway, go on. We'll follow.
Galad, you lead the way. This is your home. Also, did you hear... I'm gonna, hushly say... Did you hear them say Captain Alamandora? That's your last name.
That's all I'm gonna say is, yep.
Huh.
You better get ready to hide.
Is he your brother?
There's a lot of us.
Wow. Do your family, you know, like rabbits?
Not quite that bad.
I haven't done that in a while.
Shall we head out?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, we're talking as we're walking, right?
Yeah.
You begin heading off, and you can just, over your shoulder, you can just hear the giggling of two high-pitched kids as they're both just sort of flying along next to each other, going. I don't know how it's with her fingers though. That's just a bit weird, isn't it? As you guys begin heading north. How long do you travel north?
20 minutes.
And then you turn
Northwest.
northwest for
25.
25. The forest gets darker
And then north.
and darker. The blooming flowers here don't bloom. The once lush green is faded and darkened.
I assume that's concerning to me.
You have never seen this before. Not in the Springwood.
Does anything look dead?
Make me a nature check.
Can I do?
Will it help if I use my lance to poke stuff to see if it's dead?
No.
Watch.
If in
Well,
any way
try.
I would like to assist or make my own nature check.
You
cool.
you can assist it. You can assist Feng.
I'll take. Okay. Nature. It's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Feng, you've actually spent quite a lot of time outdoors, going through forests. You're used to pine trees. Trees designed and adapted for extreme cold weather areas. However, even you can't help but notice that as you go past one of the bushes that you can reach, you reach across with your fingers and just lightly sort of flicker one of the branches, and what should be fairly tough and green on the inside crumbles almost to dust. It is exceptionally dry and almost rotten. More importantly, just on the inside of this twig that you now hold, there is an ever so tiny slither of crimson vine.
Is my detect good and evil going off?
Not
It's
currently.
good, and I'll hand it to Galad.
That is really concerning, actually.
Oh. I think so.
Would you?
Sorry, Karen.
Did you want to reuse another use of your device?
Yeah.
Sorry, a use of your.
Yeah, I would.
Okay. You reach out with your divine energy.
We have pixies.
You reach out with your divine energy, and you can feel it in the twig that Feng is holding to Galad.
Uh-huh.
You can feel it throughout the entire bush, and you can feel it in the dirt below you. Small traces, but small traces of fiendish energy.
Oh. There is something really evil-ish about this whole area. I'm picking up some weird, fiendish behavior. We need to be super freaking careful.
Turn to the fairies, and pretty meanly go, do you know anything about this?
We told you, Forrest's getting sick.
Just sick.
You know what is causing it?
Well, if we did, we'd help it, wouldn't we?
That's true. We could go figure it out.
That sounds like a right adventure. Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go find the healer first. Maybe they have information about what's going on, and
That's true.
you know we're better when we plan, right?
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah. Let's continue on, see what we can find, and just be careful.
Feng's gonna pull out his warhammer.
I'm not gonna stop him this time.
Are you remounting onto the back of the
Yes.
You guys begin continuing your last leg north. How are you proceeding?
Cautiously.
Yeah.
Okay. Can everyone make me a stealth check?
I took my armor off.
You are currently not wearing any armor.
Fantastic. I got a 19.
I got a nat 20 for a 26. Jesus Christ, what's with these dice tonight?
A 9 for Feng and an 11 for Nuki.
You guys quietly begin tracing your way through the woodlands north. There is a moment where, about 15 minutes into this last leg going north, you hear movement nearby, and you all drop down. Feng, you find a small ditch that you guide Nuki into, and you lay flat on top of Nuki. Galad and Marle, you quickly crawl under, you lay low, you drop to the forest floor, and you hide under some shrubs and bushes.
I'm gonna pull out Titan's Bane.
You begin to
Actually,
hear...
no, I'm gonna pull out my dagger.
Okay. You begin to hear the movement getting closer and closer. Crunching of leaves. Only just audible. Before you begin to realize these are footsteps. Keeping perfectly still. Jodie also hides and buries themselves beside you. Before you guys all see from your position under the shrubs that you find yourselves around, Feng just peeking above the ditch as a brown leather boot crunches into the undergrowth, maybe 3 feet from your face. Before another, as they begin stepping past you. And in Elvish, weapons up. We're nearly at the rally point. Watch the Huntmaster. They said that there's trouble. So come on. It's at that point that Nuki's paw slips in the ditch. Some of the grout, some of the dirt and fallen leaves just scrape. And the footsteps that were going past you suddenly stop. Wait.
Can I whisper to Flax and Bellflower to go invisible? Oh wait, they can't go invisible anymore. Okay. Can I whisper to them to disappear?
I'm
You
gonna
want
whisper
us
to Jodie to run.
disappear?
Just real quick. These people look scary.
Okay. One of them looks at you. Psych! They snap their fingers and vanish. You whisper to Jodie to run. Jodie is going to attempt to make a stealth check. Jodie quietly begins to take steps away from the shrub you're in, before suddenly darting off at a rapid pace. You can hear the sound of earth being moved as they begin bounding and leaping as fast as they can in the opposite direction. So you hear and you see one of the elves spin on the spot, the bowstring drawing back. There! As they pull. Damn. It's just a rabbit. I didn't see any infection. Sorry, Captain. It's all right. Continue to the rally point. Keep your eye open, though. Something's not right here. They begin pressing further and further north. You wait for a moment, giving them time to move on. Before, one by one, coming out of your hiding.
Well, that was fine. Kinda.
You're people, right? Why don't we just say hello?
Yeah.
Right, Feng doesn't know this. See, Jodie could get us into a lot of trouble. Although, don't blame her. It is my fault. So I'm gonna gesture for her to come back. She can even hear or see me, or kind of like talk with her in my head.
Kind of trouble.
I don't want to leave her though. Like bad trouble. You guys might not be in trouble, but I will be.
It's all right.
Can I
We'll
explain
protect you.
later? Can we just continue on, please? Thank you.
I
know I
I'm
said
going to
don't
start-
have any weapons out, but I think we should all.
should all.
You got out there.
Yeah.
Oh no, I stopped talking. I was letting you
okay.
go.
Fair.
Ah.
I'm gonna start putting my armor on, even though it's gonna give me fucking disadvantage.
Okay. Takes 10 minutes.
I'm gonna pull out my shield.
Flax, Bellflower.
Can she do
you
it while
come
we
back?
walk?
Probably not. It seems a bit like. I mean, I don't know. I can't imagine putting armor on as I'm walking. I feel like I'd be jumping around a lot.
Yeah, you can't put on heavy armor whilst.
Yeah.
No way. In
Okay, fair
fact,
enough.
heavy armor almost requires someone to help you get it.
Use your new fairy companions.
Flax, Bellflower, it's safe again.
It's like giggling in the wind for another snap of some fingers. Tiny fingers, a tiny snap. And they reappear. We're getting so good at hiding. They would definitely not be happy that there's two outsiders this close to the forest.
You hid really well.
Well, duh, we're
Be happy.
pixies.
Oh, if only I were a pixie.
Does Jodie come back to me?
It takes a while, but Jodie does eventually come. You're quite lucky that you stopped for 10 minutes to arm.
Okay. Should
Okay,
we
let's
carry
go.
on? Are we still going stealthy?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys continue moving. Make me another stealth check as you continue this last leg of the journey.
I actually didn't roll badly. I got a
Remember
14.
it's
Yeah.
Remember it's a disadvantage.
15 and a 14.
14.
Nuki's at disadvantage, isn't he?
Nuki is, yes.
And it got worse.
Same.
It's a 10 for Feng and a 4 for Nuki.
Bad.
And I'm sorry, guys. Can we take a break? I've got a call on the phone I have to answer.
Of course.
Yep. Go for it. We'll take a break here.
No problem.
We'll take a quick
10 minutes?
10-minute.
Yeah.
10-minute break.
That's fine.
You're gonna be.
I need to pee
See everyone
anyway,
back in
so...
10 minutes.
Yeah, that's good. Good timing. Oh, gosh. First companion that we get is a fucking pixie. I've never been more overjoyed in my life. I swear if they don't stay with me, I'm going to cry. Okay, wonderful, cute people watching the stream. I love you very much. I'm just going to go for a pee real quick, and I am going to run an ad. Because money.
There's ad break.
Because ad break. But yeah, I will be back in a second. Don't worry. I will leave the Discord call up. So if you guys want to ask Pete questions if he stays here, then go for it. But if he disappears, then don't ask him questions because he's not there.
You may ask me questions.
Yes. Okay, I'm back in a second. Where did my phone go?
They very well might, Peanut. They very well might. They did not get good average from that stealth roll, I can tell you that. Average roll of 9. We are just on a quick 10-minute break inwards. They are coming back soon. Sneezies? Oh, is it hay fever sneezies? I've had hay fever all bloody day. Like, it's been the worst. Especially as every customer the moment you start sneezing. And I can never sneeze once, I always sneeze like 10 times in a row. And like they always sort of give you that glance of, is it COVID? Oh no.
Hi. Rip, everyone dead. You sneeze like a chibi anime girl? Peanut, can you stop being this cute, please? Like, I've dealt with so much cute today. We have 2 pixies. And now
Sneeze ASMR.
Sneeze ASMR stream, yes please. Just sneeze the whole time. Oh, I know you can't stop being cute, Peanut, and I would never ask you to. It's perfection. Yeah, Marle has changed her opinion on getting an animal companion and has now decided on a fae companion. And it's
just adopt a pair of pixies.
Yup. We will teach them to swim.
The Plumfoot sisters.
The Plumfoot sisters. Also, Pixie, I escaped baby jail. Would you like to be back in baby jail? Or do you like that you escaped? Also, there is a link in... Yeah, I saw. Thank you for that. Your security measures suck. I know. Everyone gets out. It's really annoying. You put somebody in jail and they just break out.
Until I spend all of my points to put everyone back in it.
Yes. Well, little does everybody know, but I have unlimited points. So if I want to undo somebody doing something, I can. It's very fun. Lol, put me back in. Not a problem. There you go. Newt actually found a fantastic way to get out of any form of jail that he is in, where he just bombs continuously. They've saved all of their stream avatar currency, so they just place so many bombs down. The game, like the little overlay thing is just like, nope, we don't like this, and Newt is freed, and then Pete puts them back in.
Immediately.
Immediately. It's wonderful.
Newt cannot leave. It's the rules.
It is the rules. Newt belongs there. I'm actually going to open that link, not gonna lie. I want to have a look at this, because I need me some more royalty-free shit. It's not free, but that's very cheap. Okay. That's interesting. It's like £6.80 for 17 packs of products. Okay. That's kind of nice, not gonna lie. That's just like a flat rate rather than like... Some places have subscription services, and I'm always concerned that if I cancel the subscription, they'll immediately copyright strike me. Because I've used a lot of Monster Cat music, and that's a subscription-based thing. And I swear if I cancel the subscription to them, because I never use them anymore, that they're just going to be like, oh, well, you're using our music without a subscription, fuck you.
Sorry about that.
Big pile of suck. That's okay. Everything fine?
Yeah, it's good, actually.
Music. Yeah, I saw. Look, I'm dancing. Oh my god, did you make it dance? Ugh, I missed it. Oh, you are dancing. That's adorable. You're just like wiggling and jumping. I love it. Oh, I just love this extension.
You know, you don't really hate me, do you?
Who?
They said they hate me earlier because I don't like the color pink.
Yeah. Peanut's just too cute for their own good. They can't possibly like a person who doesn't like pink. Of course not. Good. No hate in this chat. Oh.
Thank you. One thing I hate is wedgies, right?
Getting royalty-free music can be a royal pain. Hey River, how are you today? It really is a royal pain in my ass.
Such a pain.
Who's what wins that quiplash, that's for sure.
Oh god. Pete, did you know one of the names for the seven dwarves before they changed the name was Quee?
Quee?
Also, Google the word Quee for me.
It was like Flick, thick. They all rhymed with ick, and of course the word
Yeah,
dick wasn't on there.
I
so
went
most
for
people
dick,
tried
and
to
it was
lie with dick,
not
right?
dick, and I'm so upset that it wasn't dick. They had the perfect opportunity to make it dick, and they were like, nah, quee. Fuck off with your quee. Did you just
What?
Google it?
How do I spell it?
Quee.
Q-U-E.
She said it, she said the thing! You did. Pixie avatars can
No,
fart?
I missed
No.
hashtag save the meat. We should bring that.
Yeah. You know, there's a thing that shows all of your stats for Twitch that I've used a couple of times. And it has popular chat things that people have said. Hashtag meat was number 7. Sorry, hashtag
Nice.
save the meat was number 7. So,
Nice.
Yeah, you're welcome. I was probably mostly me.
it was, but...
Okay, I found the Urban Dictionary meaning.
Yeah, you did. It's weird, isn't it?
Of course.
That's one of the 7 dwarves.
Yeah, before they decided to go with real person names and not things that rhyme with dick.
While Snow White sleeps? That's some weird kinky shit right
It really
there.
is. Hashtag save the nut, because we're squirrels. I want to do an entire D&D campaign where we're just squirrels. Squirrels in a fantasy setting where they're like all holding swords and shields and stuff. So like practically humanoid speaking squirrels. But if anyone were to listen in on the campaign, it's just a load of chirping squirrels.
All right, are we all back?
Yeah, we're back. We're all
Okay, cool. In that case, we will continue. You guys continue heading north. It begins getting darker and darker. Harder to make your way through this forest. You now begin to see tracks, footprints, maybe 4, maybe 5 individual pairs, heading away from you. It seems that the elves that passed you are heading in the same direction that you are being guided to. As you guys continue, you walk past a series of trees, all warped and twisted in unnatural ways. Galad, as you step past them, you hear a twig snap under your foot, and both the pixies suddenly blink out of existence. Before the tree next to you begins to swing. A large, arcing, cleaving motion as a heavy, trunk-like limb is going to make a surprise attack against you as you are being found by something. Does an 18 hit?
Yes.
This impact crashes into your ribs. There's a sharp burning pain as you stumble backwards before stepping out from behind the tree. This, similar to what you saw previously, a humanoid-looking, moving tree stump holding a heavy wooden club steps out from its attacking point. You do take 16 points of bludgeoning damage as whack! It crashes against your body, And at this point, Pixie, can we get some battle music? And can everyone please roll me initiative?
These dice are mean to me tonight, except for the few nat 20s I've had.
There's only 3 of us here, so when you've rolled, let me know what you got.
6.
5, 6. Marley, when you're ready.
Sorry, I was muted. I didn't realize I've just been speaking this whole time. 18.
18. Right, okay, so
Save us.
Marley, you see this humanoid looking, maybe 6 foot tall tree stump with legs and arms, stepping around holding this large club. You see it has no face except for 2 bored holes which burn with this sort of red energy inside them. You see that spreading out from around it are these red fungal growths, and these vines wrap around all of its limbs. However, you are first to react after it strikes Galad. You're all maybe within 10 feet of it, with the exception of Galad, who is right next to this thing.
Okay. I'm going to turn to it and look for its face, draw my sword, and point at it with the sword. Say, there is some evil inside you. I'm gonna help you out with that. And gonna tap my drum on my back, and this sort of fluid, leafy light is gonna come out, and I'm going to be using a vow of enmity from the drum beat.
Nice. Yep. This energy sort of almost mimicking your old bardic tunes as you batter against the drum begins to spread around the creature like tiny musical notes that then begin to glow with this golden energy.
And
You have
then
marked it as your vengeful target.
I'm then going to charge it and make my first attack with my longsword, shield in
Go
hand.
for it. Go and make your attack.
Advantage. Okay, with advantage, that is a 23 to hit on the first attack.
The 23 hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Fantastic. That is a d8 plus 5. That is 9 points of damage.
9. Nice.
And I'm gonna, straight after slicing down with my longsword, I'm going to recoil back and do another fluid strike.
Nice. The first blow slices through a portion of bark before you flourish the blade and bring it back around in almost a V cut. What'd you get second time?
17.
17. This time it embeds into the tree trunk and doesn't budge.
Okay.
You yank the blade back.
I'm not
Seems
gonna
to have
move
not
anywhere.
gone through.
I'm just gonna stand, shield in hand, ready.
All right, nice. As you strike it, it sort of recoils from the first hit. Before you see where you hit and the blade cut into its bark, the red vines wrap over the top of it. It oozes this excreted slime
Okay.
before the vines retract back and the wound is gone. Seems to have healed itself.
Okay.
As it does that, it then turns directly to face you, and it's just going to try and make 2 swings with its big club in your direction. The first one is going to be a natural 20 out the gate to hit you.
Oh dear.
Fuck.
Let's see.
Am I within 5 feet?
You would be. Yep.
Intercept.
Go ahead and roll your deception reduction. You quickly dart in the way, bringing your warhammer across to try and deflect some of the blow, but it does still continue on. How much damage do you reduce it by? I didn't catch that one, sorry.
11? 8 plus 3.
11. You
Nice.
do manage to block a large chunk of it. However, even with the 11 reduction, you take 13 points of bludgeoning damage as
Okay.
it strikes into you before it almost, having watched what you did, mimics your movement, flourishing in the almost identical way and bringing the club back down in the opposite direction. For a 26.
That doesn't hit.
Holy fingers. Ah.
For 14 points of bludgeoning damage. Crack! Both blows crashing against you. However, that is going to end its turn. Feng, you're up.
Wait, how much damage did I just take?
You just took another 14.
Oh, okay, sorry. I did not hear that for some reason. That's fine.
Feng
Carry
is
on.
gonna charge up next to Marle. Yeah, and he's gonna take a swipe at it with his warhammer.
Alright, with your warhammer, go for it.
Mm-hmm. 21.
21 does hit. You bring your warhammer down and it just cracks into the bark. As your warhammer strikes, you feel it almost bouncing off. You feel that the heavy weight of your warhammer is not as impactful as it should be against this solid object. Go ahead and roll your damage.
8. 4 plus 4.
It's nice. Bark does splinter off, however, not as much as it should have. That's your first
Okay.
attack.
Nuki's then gonna take the second attack.
Alright. Go for it.
Let me just get out. That is a 16.
16. Nuki swings her claws down, and the creature just brings the club up and parries them away, knocking Nuki's paws to the side before steadying itself. Is that going to end your turn?
Yeah, the mate is marked.
Alright, nice. Galad, it's your turn. You're within
Okay.
5 feet of this tree creature.
I'm going to cast Firebolt.
Okay, you are in melee range. Disadvantage.
I know.
Cool, go ahead and make your attack.
But I saw the elves use fire on it earlier. Just my dice for me.
Trying to weave and
Okay,
dodge,
that's all.
you pull back fire into your hand, try and throw it out whilst dodging the movement of this tree creature. What'd you get?
30-20.
Dirty 20, that was a disadvantage, yeah?
Yep, because the other one was a nat 20.
Nice.
Damn.
The firebolt hits it at point blank range. The flames bursting across it. Go ahead and roll your damage for me.
14.
14 points. You see as the fire strikes against it and the bark immediately charring and burning away. More importantly, you see where these red vines were wrapped over the top. They catch fire and burn further out.
Wow.
The creature recoils. You can hear this groan of wood, this shrieking motion. And once again, at the very base of your skulls, you can hear this screech as some of the fungal growths on the tree end try and move away. Is that the end of your turn, or are you trying to move?
Are they trying to move away from me?
No, they're staying within 5 feet of you.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna stay here.
Okay. Seeing this happen, Marle, you're straight back up.
Yep.
This burst of fire just igniting in front of your face. What do you do?
That is loud. Hello. I'm gonna, as my bonus action, I'm gonna drink one of the health potions that I have.
Go for it.
How do you do them? Is it
Is it a regular health potion?
Yeah.
It's 2d4 plus 2.
2d4. Okay. Why did I not
2d4,
get
not-
d4 out?
Not 2d8.
Damn it. If only. 2d4 plus 2. No problem. Okay, I am healing for 6 points. Jesus Christ. Amazing. Thank you so much. Oopsie. Okay. And then I'm going to take my attacks.
Go for it. Go ahead and make your attack.
First one. Okay, first one is a 21 to hit.
It is going to hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
And why have I just... Where did my d8 go? There you are. Hello. That is 11 points of damage on the first one.
Nice.
And...
The blade cuts into the wood, almost like an axe would, and it leaves a big chunk out the side of this thing. You pull your blade back, getting ready to spin it around for another attack.
Can I aim for the exact same place?
You can, yeah.
Sweet. That is a 22 to hit. And I'm going to add some smite onto that.
Nice. Once again, you swing, aiming for the exact same spot. The blade bites and cuts into that gap. Go ahead and roll your damage. What level spell slot are you using for
Just
smite?
the one.
Alright, so go ahead and roll 2d8.
Yeah.
This creature is not considered a fiend or undead,
Okay.
so it's just 2d8.
That's fine. Just 2d8. For the radiant, or for the longsword attack
Both.
as well? Okay.
So roll your longsword attack and the 2d8 radiant.
Okay,
damage.
that's fine. Nice. Okay, in that case then, that is 9 points of radiant damage and 13 points of regular damage.
22.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. As your blade bites in, it erupts into this golden energy. Before once again you yank it back out, the cut deep into the side of the tree creature. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
All right. You watch as the fungal growths attempt to knit over the wounds that you've caused. However, the remnant of fire and flame keeps it from regenerating as it fails to heal back some of the damage that you've caused. Seeing you having cast the flames at it, Galad, it's going to lash out immediately at you. However, being marked by Feng, it is at disadvantage. Working as a team, at disadvantage, that is going to be a 15 to hit you.
I'm going to cast shield, and it's gonna miss.
All right, the club comes swinging straight for you. At the last minute, you throw up this arcane barrier. Make sure you remove your spell slot. But it does impact against it, and like elemental sparks fizzle and pop off. It does pull back once again. It goes for an overhead swing, once again aiming for you. Almost in a panic. That is going to be a 26 to hit you. Which I believe is going to hit you.
That's a disadvantage?
That's a disadvantage. I've got a pair of
Yes,
19s.
I only have a 20.
Um,
Jesus Christ.
okay. That is going to be... 18 points of bludgeoning damage. As it once again... This club lands down on top of you. That is going to end its turn, bringing us to Feng.
Can I try and equip my lance? Is that a free action?
To stow and draw one weapon is a free action.
Cool, yeah, I'd like to draw my lance and then attack the tree again.
Alright, go ahead and make your attack roll. It is a medium creature, so whilst on Nuki, you do have advantage.
Oh, fantastic. I'll take the first one. That was a 26.
The 26 does hit. Once again, this time, different to how you hit it with your hammer, and it's sort of the two heavy surfaces sort of absorbed each other's majority of the impact. This time, you jab forwards with the lance, thrusting down, only for the tip to get stuck into the bark and not making as much of an impact once more. Roll your damage.
Also,
12 points.
Yep.
Okay, it's your first attack.
Then Nuki's gonna have another go.
Alright, go ahead and make your attack roll for Nuki.
19?
A 19 does hit. Go ahead and roll your damage. Nuki this time, having been parried away once, comes back in with the claws and just rakes at the side. Nuki deals slashing damage, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yeah, her claws rake through the side of this creature's bark.
11 points.
11 points. Nice. And as Nuki brings the claws across, she digs in, and it severs all the way through to where Marle made the hole on the other side, and just claws through it.
Nice.
The creature crumbles immediately down onto the floor and just platters into a pile of lumber and twigs. For a moment, you guys look around. There's nothing there.
Pokes it.
Galad, so you'd like.
I'd like to cast Firebolt on it.
Go ahead, make me another attack roll. It's no longer at disadvantage.
For a second, I
19.
thought it was dead.
19? Yeah, it's not too difficult. It's not moving, it's on the floor. You firebolt down onto the floor, and you once again strike this creature. Flames and sparks pop around the red crimson fungus as you burn it away, and the entire creature begins to char and ignite. Flames dancing over it before beginning to spread like a rapid fire over a dry timber.
Well, that's
They
problematic.
did it to the other one. I wanted to make sure it didn't come back.
We should stop this fire. Flax, Spellflower, can you make water?
Water? As they both poof, appear in existence. Someone's being arrested.
Oh shit! It's us. We committed arson.
It's a fire truck.
We can do quite a lot of things. But that's not one of them.
Oh shit!
Ain't that funny?
That is really
It's not
funny.
really funny, is it? It is funny. See, they thought it was funny, Flax. Oh yeah, of course they think it's funny.
I'm gonna calm the music down.
I'm gonna try and cast Ray of Frost on it.
Okay. You throw your hand out once again, digging into the memory of your spellbook and the arcane runes you have to draw with your hand to create the magic. As this ray of frost scatters over the top, it immediately produces a large amount of steam. However, with the continued pressure of the ray, it does put the fire out.
Oh, that's good.
Underneath
The ground
frost.
around me frozen.
Yeah, you can do that. You can create a small ring of ice.
I don't want to.
You don't want to. Okay, cool. You aim it specifically at this tree creature. It is largely burnt and heavily cindered, but no longer aflame.
Cool. So it's dead, right?
Can someone check if it's alive?
Feng pokes it.
Seem to move.
It's dead.
Yeah, I think we should
Okay,
just carry on.
let's just move on.
Yeah. If it comes back alive, it's somebody else's problem.
I hope.
We hope.
Can you all please make
Wait, can Jodie tell?
Sorry?
Can Jodie tell?
Jodie looks down at it, wrinkles their nose, and just hops on back onto your shoulder.
I'm gonna take that as a maybe. Okay.
Okay, let's carry on then.
stealth checks, right?
Yeah.
Yes, can you please all make me another stealth check?
Disadvantage.
Got a dirty 20.
No.
Oh, I'm at disadvantage too.
I rolled a nat 20.
I got a 16 then.
That's the first nat 20 I've rolled all night, but I rolled a 3 first.
Right, for a total of
3.
3. Sorry, what did you and Nuki get, Feng?
7 for Nuki and 11 for Feng.
And Galad?
16.
16. Okay. You guys continue. Heading forwards, further north. The trail begins to grow slightly colder before you find yourself walking over rocks. The trees here tougher, roots digging deep, looking for moisture. And you begin to hear the sounds of battle. You can hear the groaning of tree trunks, the crashing of heavy impacts into dirt. You can hear shouts in Elvish, though slightly too far away to make out what they're saying. Multiple voices. Galad, can you make me a perception check?
Sure. Where did it go? 14, and also I'm going to use my freebie heal on myself as we're walking there.
Okay, go ahead and use it.
What's it called?
You do your
Everyone's
best to
set.
listen up, but you can't quite hear anything out of what has already been said. There's definitely elves out there, and they're definitely shouting. There's definitely sounds of combat. As you continue heading forwards, you find yourself stepping up to the edge of a cliff. You look down, and maybe 60 feet below you, at a slight angle, to the point where you could scramble down. There are a couple of roots and branches hanging out from it, but below you, about 60 feet down and maybe 100 feet away, at the edge of this clearing, you see 3 of these wood-structured creatures, as well as one great oak tree towering above the rest. All of them covered in these red fungal growths, and modeled around them, mixed amongst them, throwing out blade and bow. You see a group of maybe 8 of your kinsmen. Currently mixed in battle. As you watch and look down, none of you hear as once again one of the nearby trees shifts and moves. Feng.
Yep.
It's going to make an attack against you.
Okay.
A dirty 20. Does that hit?
Okay. Bang on.
Bang on. You feel this almighty whack against the small of your back as this tree club crashes into you. You take 13 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make me a strength saving throw. You do have the bonus from Marle, who is stood next to you, which I believe is a +3.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that, lol. Yeah, it's a +3.
Nice.
Saving.
On a saving throw. Yeah,
Yeah.
strength saving. Sorry, it's +4 from Marle.
From Sentinel, do I get attack of opportunity here?
25.
25 does pass. You don't get an attack of opportunity here with Sentinel. Sorry, yes. You normally would be able to make an attack against it. However, you didn't see this coming.
Okay.
You cannot make a reaction
That's
against this. So, you do, Feng, you do take the blow, and however, you grab a hold of Nuki, and you just sort of button down, and you do not get kicked off of the cliff by the blow. Can everyone please roll me an initiative again?
Oh my god. Shit.
That's better.
Come on.
15.
I got 11.
And that was a 15 from Galad. Okay. What, Feng, what was it you got? Sorry, it was 7, yeah?
7, yeah.
Okay. This time, reacting before any of you, you see the tree creature once again raising its club. It's going to keep its focus currently on you, Feng, being the target that it managed to surprise. As once again, it's going to raise its club and bring it down towards you. That is going to be a 23. The club once again crashing into you. You may now, if you wish, use your reaction to hit it with Sentinel.
Yes, please.
Marle. Make an attack roll for me.
So 23.
Feng, you take 14 points of damage as once again this club cracks over the back of your shoulder. As it does, it raises its club ready to strike again. Marle, you bring your blade in and slice into the woodwork. Go ahead and roll your damage.
That is 7 points of damage.
7 points. Nice. The blade cuts into it. The club once again raised and coming back down towards you, however. That one's probably going to miss. That's going to be a 17 to hit.
Feng or Marle?
I know this is on Feng.
Sorry.
It's a miss. So this time, once again, you bring your shield up, parrying the blow this time. You take the impact and just shrug it off, managing to avoid that. It's going to bring us straight to Galad. Galad, you're up. You're maybe 10 feet away from him, not in melee.
Okay, I'm going to back up 35 feet, trying to stay along the cliff side,
Alright.
and cast Firebolt on it.
Make an attack roll with Firebolt. This is a flat roll.
17.
17. You go to throw out the firebolt, but at the last second, you notice Marle bringing their blade around, ready to attack again, and you have to push yourself. Would you like to push this? You are one off.
Yes, please.
All right. Go ahead and roll damage. Your firebolt, you hold it for a second, desperately trying not to hit Marle before you throw it out. What you get?
I'm glad I pushed that. I got a 19.
19. The firebolt smashes into the side of this creature. However, the ensuing blast also strikes Marle.
Yeah, of course.
Marle, you also take 19.
Holy mother of no.
Intercept.
You can intercept, yes.
Cool.
Thank God.
I'm sorry.
Please don't push attacks.
Actually, Feng, sorry, no. I'm not going to let you intercept this. You were not expecting this to come from Galad. So 19.
Holy shit, I am...
Usually just hurts our equipment.
Pushing anything is dangerous.
Yeah.
And has got consequences.
That's why I never push anything.
I've done it like twice.
I know you've done it twice, and you've so far been eased into it. Is that going to end your turn?
I'm gonna use a reaction to drink a healing potion.
It's a bonus action, but yes, you can.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, go for it.
Where'd it go?
A regular healing potion is 2d4 plus 2. As you drink that, we're going to continue on going, so go ahead and sort yourself out there. Marle, this flame has just erupted off the tree and over you. What would you like to do? It's your turn.
Oh, God. I am going to just stand there for a second and just be like, "Ow, that fucking hurt!" And then I am going to take my 2 attacks.
Alright, you immediately bring your blade around, make your first strike. The fire still like singed against your flesh. Feeling very warm, you do bring your blade back up, ready to strike.
Yep. So 20 fucking... yeah, 23. Sorry.
23 hits.
Cool. 1d8. Oh, wow. I've rolled a fucking 1. This is going real well. This is what happens when people set me on fire. I just roll real bad for damage. That's 6 points of damage on the first attack.
Nice. There's still quite a lot.
And the second attack...
And once again, bring your blade back around.
That's an 18.
18. An 18 does just hit.
Thank
You are
God.
rolling these flat, right? You're not rolling these at advantage.
Yeah, just flat.
Yeah, cool. Good.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Okay.
Blade once again biting into this creature. Go ahead and roll your damage for me.
That is better. That's 12 damage.
Nice.
I think for funsies, can I add some Thunderous Smite onto that?
You can't add Thunderous Smite. Thunderous Smite is a spell you must cast on your turn.
Yeah, can I use it as my bonus action?
You can cast Thunderous Smite onto your weapon now.
Yeah.
It works by applying the damage next time you hit something.
That's fine then. Okay, I will do that. So I'm just ready.
All right. Yeah, you take a moment and you just think of the loudest songs you've ever sang. And in that moment, your weapon begins to glow and crackle with sonic energy. And that is going to end your turn.
That's fine.
Feng, you're up. Unless you'd like to move for a Marle, unless you'd like to move away.
Oh no, I'm staying. I'm fine.
Oh,
sorry.
Cool. Feng, you're up.
Feng's gonna give him a little poke with the lance.
Go for it. Make your attack roll. It's advantage because you're bigger than him.
Sweet. That's 25.
Definitely going to hit. Once again, you drive your lance in. Doesn't seem to be doing as much as it should, but you know it's doing something.
14 damage.
Nice.
And then he is marked, and then Nuki is going to attack.
All right, yeah. Once again, Nuki raising back before lunging forwards, pushing away from the cliff into this creature. Make your
18.
18 is bang on the number. Go ahead and roll damage for Nuki as their claws dig into the tree trunk and break across it.
3, 2, 5 plus 5. Yeah, plus 5. So 10 points of slashing.
10 points, nice. As once again you guys watch as Nuki just tears through this creature, sort of almost trisecting it into a triangle. It collapses to the floor, and having been burning this round, all of the fungal growths begin to burn away before vanishing completely, and you're left with a slightly charred but not on fire tree ent.
Okay.
Well, that was
We got
fun.
help deals lot down there.
I have to. I have a note. I have to. How far away are we from the big tree in the middle of the fight?
It's about 20 feet down, and I think I said 100 feet away. It's about 100 and... diagonals, but I can't work that out. Probably about 110 away. As the crow flies.
Perfect. I'm gonna cast Firebolt at it.
Alright. As you pull back with the fire in your hand, the flames dance around as you aim. This is going to be quite a large encounter. And so I think we'll do is we will end the session early here.
Okay.
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 And we will pick up this fight that you have just dove into.
Just dove
Next
into
time.
when I am on 11 health.
Oh,
11!
You don't have to follow me right away.
And I have...
Hey, you don't have to follow me right away.
Am I just gonna sit there for 4 hours while I long rest? Fuck.
I would,
Yeah.
I would normally say that I'd be more than happy to push this and make the session last longer. But I do need to sleep tonight, and I know this combat could last a week.
Well, not for me. I'll be out and
Like
around.
Mamba to be here.
Yeah, how the hell are we gonna get Mamba here if she turns up next week? Because she's gonna be here.
I'll work it out.
Cool. Just rushes
She was
in, saves the
secretly
day.
the fairy flax the whole time.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, there we go.
That was fun.
you.
Sorry,
As-
I'm a hot-headed bitch.
So am I. I'm
As
on
you guys
fire.
so you guys have journeyed into the Springwood, desperately trying not to be found, and Galad throws a fireball into the middle of a combat. A fireball. And yeah, I think that is where the session will end.
Is this where you turn around
Very
to me and
much.
say the fireball has permanently made me scarred like Two-Face?
Nah, you're alright, it's not that bad.
This is like the third time I've hit you with combat magic, and I
Yup.
apologize. Except
I don't
I'm
want
not
you
the
to
one who should be
apologize. I want
apologizing.
Galad to apologize. And heal me.
That's currently blinded by hatred.
That's fine, I get it. I can heal myself, I just
Literally
need...
seeing red, you know.
I need 10 minutes to heal myself, basically. That's all I need. I need to do my
You're
prayer of healing.
That's
You
a
are
lot of rounds.
That's a lot of
feet
rounds.
away.
Yeah.
That is
You will?
100 rounds.
Is it? Shit.
Every round is 6 seconds.
Oh yeah, shit is, isn't it?
So a minute is 10 rounds.
Yeah.
So 10 minutes is 100 rounds.
Yeah. I'm sure they've got this. It's fine.
I'll help you.
I'll just sit on the side doing my prayer of healing.
So, with the session over, I think there's still quite a bit of time, so I'm not sure if you want to stick around, and if anyone's got any questions, they can play it.
That's true. If
Or
people have D&D questions, because I know Peanut wants to learn how to play D&D, so...
because I know we ended early, but I don't want to dive into what could be a large conflict.
Yeah. That's okay. It's
No
totally
shame
fine.
in that.
Teach Peanut how to play D&D. A beginner's guide to D&D.
Obviously, if you guys want to bail now and just enjoy the rest of the evening,
Yeah, it's cool.
we won't hold you.
Nope. There's
Yeah,
no-
I'm gonna bounce. I've got work in the morning.
That's fine.
Yeah, I thought so.
Thank you for being
So,
here.
I
See
think
you later.
Right.
Thanks for the session.
we'll
I'm
see
gonna
you
go
soon.
too.
See you in a bit.
All right,
Bye.
guys, and have a good night. Thank you for playing. I love you both.
Ooh.
I think I'm gonna head out too. So
That's alright. Don't even worry.
you guys have fun, because I'm not that knowledgeable about D&D.
I know everything that Pete has ever taught me, and it's things I've learned from reading a lot.
Lots of reading.
And Critical
Lots of
Role, I
reading.
guess. Yeah.
Okay, guys,
Well,
have a good night.
Try
We
not
will
to
see
set me
you
on
next
fire.
week, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye! A beginner's guide to D&D,
Alright.
though.
A beginner's guide to D&D. I mean, where'd you start with D&D?
I actually don't even know. Like... I mean, Peanut has a character. I don't know whether they have it on a
Alright.
character sheets, they just have a character.
Yeah, is this like a character concept that you've come up with, or is this like you've learned how to roll stats?
This is some very dramatic music for. Let's change that.
Learn how to D&D with dramatic music and Pixxielatte. So they've got a character sheet. Cool.
Oh, really?
So first things to know, guys, is that when you whenever you want to play D&D, you want to find a group that has the similar sort of like want or requirements out of a session than you. For example,
so many types of D&D groups, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, so for example, you have some that want to focus on world building, and there's not actually that much character interaction, and they focus on like, sort of controlling a nation or controlling units and people and individuals, and there's like minimal quests for them. You have people that focus on combat and people that focus on role play. And it's normally a good idea to play a couple of sessions, find out what you like doing the most, and make sure that whatever group you join, it is a good fit for you. There is nothing worse than joining into a D&D group where it is not fun for you because they are not on like the same page.
Yeah. I've been in a couple of little like one-shots where people have been so combat heavy. I'm just sat there, I'm like, I am so fucking bored. All I'm doing is taking my turns in combat and being like, oh, what am I doing? Where am I going? What am I interacting with? And it's like, okay, well, am I talking to anybody? Can I have a conversation?
But that's what I would argue is the most important thing to work out is what do you want out of a game? Do you want to sit down and have like a serious game where you're well in character, you're super invested, or do you want to sit around with a bunch of mates eating pizza, drinking beers, and just having a giggle? Because there's nothing wrong with any of those, but you will find out which one you want.
They are more focused in roleplay. That's cool.
Hey, nice. Once you've worked that out, then you can start working out like your character. It's really good to create characters that you can just have fun with. However, there is a slight caveat that if you just go out there and you make loads of characters, when you do join a game, you might find out that the dungeon master wants you to create your character rolling stats differently to how you did it. There are several different ways of generating stats. All of them are valid and doable and used by various different DMs. So just be aware of that. When you make your character, just be aware that your stats might need to change if you insert them into someone else's game.
Some people do like the whole point buying thing, like you get a set number of points for your stats, and some people will have you roll them. I don't think there's another one, is there?
Yeah, so you've got the point buy system, you've got a rolled one, and then you have like a fixed number one where I think you get an 8, a 10, 12, 14, and a 16.
I would hate that.
Yeah, you just sort of stick them in something.
I just like I like the rolling. The rolling is so much more interesting because it's like if I get a 6, then it's like, haha, I get to throw a 6 in something. I'm going to be really shit at one thing in particular, and that's going to be funny.
So, rolled stats, the general way of doing it is that you roll 4d6 and then take away the lowest one.
Yeah.
And that will leave you with a number. You do this 6 times to get your 6 stats. And then you can put them in any stat block you like. So, your first dice roll doesn't have to be strength.
Nope.
D&D
Beyond actually does this automatically for you, and not asking them... Good. Not asking for them to sponsor me or anything, but it's really cool that they do. Not sponsored by D&D Beyond.
Next, you want to talk about your character to your dungeon master, and sometimes to the rest of your group. Obviously, don't give away all your nitty-gritty detail. Like, you want to have secrets. For example, Pixie here has definitely got some secrets that other characters and other players in the group do not know.
Yup. It's great.
Likewise, as we are starting to find out now after campaign, where you last session all the players found out something new about Jodie, Galad's magical bunny, where they found out as players and not as characters. But they found out as players that the Galad shares half of her soul with the rabbit.
That's a really important note to touch on, not gonna lie. Like, we as players know it, but we as characters do not. So we have to continue role-playing not knowing, despite knowing. Because otherwise we're just metagaming, and, like, how would we know the things that our players know? It just doesn't work.
Yeah, it does ruin some of the story and some of the fun. You really do want to make sure you pick up the source material books. Either digitally or physically. I love physical copies.
I love physical books. So
Yeah,
Pixie, so Jodie is evil. I think Jodie being evil is subjective. I don't think she's evil. I think she's some kind of malevolent being. I don't think she inherently wants evil. I think she just wants power. But Marle doesn't know that. I know that. This is what I've figured out through my various listenings and making sure I know what other characters are dealing with. Neutral evil. Perhaps neutral evil. Like, doesn't really have, like, a objective per se.
I'm just a DM.
DMs just love saying that. I can't wait to DM more just so I can say it, because I will absolutely lose my shit. I'll be so happy that I can say it. I don't know, I'm just the DM!
I'm just the world builder, the god,
I am literally just the sun. Yeah, Newt is literally
I don't know. Why would I know?
Yeah. To know would be matter.
But once you've got your source book, you can really start working out what your character is. Start fleshing it out with a class. Work out your background. You know, if you love role playing, when you make your character, go into depth with your background.
Yeah.
Have people you met, a family, whether they're still around or not. But most importantly, speak to your dungeon master about it. This campaign has been a bit of a curveball for me, because I inherited this campaign from another DM. So all of my players had backstories that I had no idea were a thing. And they had obviously spoken to the previous DM that had gone through with each one of them and been like, right, yeah, let's do that's cool. They've asked that DM some stuff, and that DM has said, yes, go for it.
I'm not gonna
sometimes
lie.
the DM might say, nah, it's not
when
cool.
When we were having those preliminary conversations with the previous DM and the previous DM's partner, very little was passed on to him specifically. They would mention the name of the thing and expect the DM to know what they were talking about. And because they were talking about all sorts of things that were like, you know, playtesting or really obscure books, you can't expect this boy to know shit. And lo and behold, he knew shit. I could basically summon dragons or something stupid. I don't know. I had really dumbass skills that would not have made any sense for me to have. I think I got a backstory when you inherited the campaign. I had a very, very brief backstory before, but it was literally just, my name is Marle Aloro, I'm a bard. And that's it.
We wanted more than that. Oh, I like this question. What are our plans after this campaign's over? So, firstly, I think that this campaign's still got quite a few sessions to go.
I hope so.
They have to go back into the story a little bit, and back to the earlier sessions. They've all been marked by some form of what they now know to be an ancient god that is known as a calamity, and if it returns, is world-threatening. And the mark is set upon them so that they can either wake the god up or be the ones to slay it.
Sorry, Warlock complimented my knee, so...
As part of this, they found a map which had locations for, I think it was 5, I think I've got down.
Yeah, I think it's 5.
5 temples,
yeah.
of which they now have the precise location of one of them.
Yeah.
And yet they have yet to explore the rest. So there's going to be quite a lot of sessions.
Yeah.
As for what happens afterwards, I don't know.
I know
Either
exactly
we'll
what I'm
start a
planning.
new campaign. Well, you know exactly.
Yeah.
I think is this going to be a Pixie ran?
Yeah, this is going to be a Pixie ran campaign, and
yeah, there we go.
I will cherry pick my players, but I know exactly what my world setting is. I have a loose campaign story in mind, and I'm going to be, while this campaign is going on, building it and building it and building it, so it's perfect by the time we're done, and we can just move into it. Serve as a campaign too, basically.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Campaign 2. New DM.
What I definitely want in Flamaria's story is her whole family's dead. Does anybody have a functioning family in D&D?
That is it, right?
Nobody does. Yeah, session's over, Mike. We
were about to get into a big combat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and rather than make it go and last, there is no way I'm going to fix 5 past 11 o'clock tonight.
Nah.
And I've got a busy day tomorrow, so rather than push it and end mid-combat, I wanted to make sure we stopped.
She suffers from survivor's guilt and PTSD. That's a whole ass mood. A lot of people really take a lot of their inspiration from, like, their real life inspiration to create their characters. Stuff about Marle is so heavily taken from my own life. I sent the backstory to my then partner, and she was literally just like, wow, you really took some inspiration from your own life here. What the fuck? That's dark. And yeah, I don't think I've known a single person in D&D who's got a good family in their character's backstory. It's always like,
there's always someone dead, right?
Someone's dead. Someone's dead, or someone's evil, or
they were abandoned, or something.
Like Len.
Every player has a level of trauma.
Yeah, Len's just over there like, I was put in a basket and basically left to die in a river. Like, I mean, nobody knows Len except for you and Mike, but, you know.
I think I've had one character that has been part of an actual campaign that his family was fine. they owned some manor house somewhere, some farmland and stuff, and he left to go adventuring because he wanted to be famous. He wanted to make a name for himself. But even then, I had to include some form of challenge in his backstory, and the whole secret of it was that actually his family is losing money, they're hemorrhaging profit, and he is trying to become famous to make sure his family can keep their ancestral home.
It's kind of wholesome.
Yeah, it didn't go well. By the time it got round to my character's arc, and the DM decided, we're going to focus on this character now. We went back to the manor farm, having earned some level of fame, and he was going to take his first big set of profit there, to find that it had been burned down.
Oh no!
So the DM really, really peed on my backstory there. He was like, "No, you cannot have a normal, happy family.
No, you will have trauma, and you will hate it." Literally, I swear one day we just need to do a campaign where everyone's just got a perfectly nice family. They just really enjoy the idea of going out on adventures. Like, nothing bad happened. They're just like, nah, adventuring seems fun. Let's do it. And then they all meet in the tavern that everyone meets in.
Yep.
Because that is such an amazing convention.
Cliche.
Always meet.
Such a cliche. Meet in a tavern.
I've read a bunch of, like, funny little DM Academy posts where people have been like, so you could start in a tavern, right? But the tavern is actually a dungeon, and the whole campaign is based around you getting out of the tavern. And I'm just like, that sounds kind of fun, not gonna lie. Technically, Pixie's parents are alive if you count the fact he is an orphan. But if he's an orphan, his parents aren't alive. Because he's got no parents.
Just abandoned him then.
Yeah. So still
Which is
trauma. Yeah.
I think my favourite ever starting point. Me and some friends, we did a Critical Role Tal'Dorei themed campaign. We used
That's cool.
Matthew Mercer's campaign book to base our setting in, and there is a point. I won't say when, but there are like a bunch of dragons that attack a town, right? And it's like mega big dragons, and we were level 1, and our DM started us off at the point in Critical Role where we are in the town that the dragons all attack. And so our first interaction was hearing like the town crier talking about stuff that we knew the Critical Role team had done.
Yeah.
And we were desperately trying to work out what happened at that point. Yeah. Before all these dragons rocked up. And we were like, oh my god, we know where this is in the story. And so yes, we met in a tavern, but the tavern was immediately burnt to the fucking ground, and we had to escape the town. It was kind of like mad.
That. That's pretty cool. I take it that's a Vox Machina thing. Rather than,
yeah, that's campaign 1. Yeah, that was campaign 1 that is.
Which I would like to get around to watching, but I'm still working my way very slowly through campaign 2.
Definitely.
Those campaigns are not short. Not that they ever will be. They did Elder Scrolls Online campaigns. Like they did. It's a one shot. It's in like 2 parts that just got released.
They also did a one shot for Shadow of Mordor.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
Where they all played as orcs. Can
people die in campaign? Would you like? Yeah.
Yes.
Do you want to hear some shit? Peanut died.
Yeah,
I died. Yeah. I was on we were all on a ship helmed by Captain Shellshock, right?
Yep.
And there was a very important part of this whole plan that we were concocting where our previous rogue, Sazerac, who's no longer with us because they've been taken by the chicken gods. I say that in a ridiculous way. I actually mean he has a job at Nando's. Like, no actual chicken gods. His character had a bit of a thing for the spell thaumaturgy, and he wanted to create a big thunderous crack in the sky as a sign to tell our captain, now is the time to start firing on the enemy ship, because we were supposed to be taking the enemies hostage, taking the treasure, etc. It was not supposed to go the way that it did. But I sat there and said, okay, I have my own separate plan. It's going to be fine because I trust myself to come up with a clever plan. And I stole a banana from the kitchen on our ship, turned myself invisible, jumped across to the other enemy ship, everyone starts fighting, and take care, Mike! And hey, Pigeon! And I took this banana, stuck it down on the stove, realised that's not how burning ships down works, and started separating barrels of black powder. And the most important factor about black powder that I did not realise, because I know fuck all about explosives, is black powder burns really fucking quick. And basically this Sazerac and Feng were fighting the wizard on the ship, and so one of them had a reaction that was Thunderous Smite, I think. It created
the bad guy had a spell that made a crack of thunder.
Yeah.
Which was the signal the party had decided to open fire on the enemy ship from.
And
which meant that their own ship opened fire on the enemy ship that half the party were currently stood on.
Yep. And then all 5 of our ship cannons fired. One by one, there was a 1 in 5 chance of me being hit. And...
What? Actually, it was a... it was a 10% chance.
10% chance. Yeah, 10% chance of me being hit. Gets hit. And a detonation to end all detonations went off, and both of the ships exploded. And I essentially died because I drowned. And yeah, just plugging my YouTube here. If you want to watch me die, there is a special segment of the stream on my YouTube channel. And I get very emotional because I'm very attached to Marle. I am so beyond attached to Marle. Like, I take this role-playing thing very seriously. And I was happily resurrected by a celestial being who resurrected me as a paladin after taking an oath of vengeance accidentally, because I didn't think about my words. So now I'm a paladin. I used to be a bard. I loved being a bard.
So they did get revived, but not by a player.
Yeah.
This was really like early on.
It's like level
in
4,
the campaign.
I think.
Yeah, you guys were level 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always give my parties 1 free get out of death free. Unless they manage to survive for so long that they are high level and it sort of like times out. But basically, we role played out a death scene in which Pixie had to make some choices, and the choices and what they said gave them an opportunity to come back.
Yeah, I could have retired my character right there. I could have let her ascend, but I was not ready to do that. Marle, as a person, was not ready to do that. Hence why I came back as a paladin. Theoretically, actually, if I'd have worded that encounter in such a way, could I have come back as a bard? Speaking completely hypothetically.
Hypothetically, in fact, I can tell you that you would never have been able to come back as a bard unless unless you had said something really, really mind-bogglingly like interesting.
Yeah.
Like you have been brought back by a celestial, so you have become celestial in nature.
Wow, that's kind of cool. I'm honestly still getting to grips with it. How did I get out of gay baby jail? You despawned and then respawned. I think that's what happened. Yeah. So to answer your question, Peanut, yes, characters can die and they will die if you
do stupid stuff.
Well, it was a very clever idea until it wasn't, and I stand by that. If I could redo that entire encounter again, the only thing I would change is the thaumaturgy sign that Sazerac was going for. Because without that, I kind of elect to think that it would have definitely gone a lot better. The ship might not have gone up in flames, in theory, and I could have done what my intention was, which was to hold the ship to ransom. And we were already winning in the fight, kinda. So, you know, I would have face-stepped in front of the ship captain and said, look, get on our ship or we blow you up. And it would have probably gone fine. I might not have died. I might have suffered a little bit, but I might not have died.
Oh, it was funny.
It was
You blew up
good.
your only lead at the time as well.
I know. We had... And the best thing is, I found a lot of really cool stuff in the treasure. Like, there was some really interesting signias on those chests. There was probably a lot of information in those chests or in those people. And blew them up. Just, yeah. It was very fun. It was a very steep learning curve. And
yes, it is very easy to get attached to your characters. And thus, that is actually one of my favorite things is seeing my players get so emotional over the game.
Yeah.
But not in like a rage out or I'm upset at the game.
Yeah.
You're upset at the events, but in a way that it's because you've read a story.
Yeah.
Similarly to how like your favorite character in a film series might end.
I cried for like 45 minutes, I think, something stupid like that. It was heartbreaking because I did not think you were going to resurrect me because I didn't know. And Then boom, I get resurrected, and it's like, okay, shit. I have now got to figure out who the hell I am. I've got to play this out in a way that, you know, works. And Marle still doesn't have a fucking clue what's going on. She's just not processing her trauma. It's kind of fun. I get easily attached to... I got really attached to one of my characters. It's really nice feeling attached to the character, not gonna lie. Like, Marle has a special place in my heart. And yeah, I've found the transition from Bard to Paladin very difficult. I'm getting there, but it's still difficult. Because if I was in your situation, I would have just lit the boat on fire and sacrificed myself. See, we didn't need to. Like, we were doing fine. I was just, you know, well, being a pixie. Causing trouble. Fucking about with people because it was good. And there was nothing I enjoyed more as a bard than, you know, fucking with the enemy, because I didn't really have much of a damage output. It was more like, I can fuck around with these people, I can use suggestion or use invisibility and steal their arrows or something like that, which was my favourite thing that I've ever done. I don't even know how many orcs I stole arrows from, but I stole everyone's arrows and it was so great. Wait.
I quite liked things like that. Pigeon just mentioned that his character died in the final battle.
Wow.
And then after the session, they lit a little bonfire and burnt his character sheet.
Oh, that's nice. That's really cute.
Little ceremonies. I've seen groups like go to a pub or a cafe and just sit down and have like loads of good chats about what that character did and stuff like that. I've seen people hold real life funerals for their characters. I think it's just so cute.
I think if Marle does actually die, then I want a funeral. Like, I'll print her character sheets off. I'll keep her backstory, but, you know.
We should have like, I don't know, we should do like a silly competition where everyone jumps on Minecraft and builds the biggest shrine they can to Marle.
Simply, you're really good at doing Minecraft stuff if you're still here. Just spam the sleep spell. I wish you could spam spells in D&D. But no, you are limited to spell slots. If you have spells, you can only cast one spell per turn, unless that spell is a bonus action. And yeah, that's fun. Although, being a paladin now, I get to play with bonus action spells, and that's kind of nice.
Yeah, you get quite a few of those.
Yeah. And they're not too bad either. I actually have to remember for next week that I have that Thunderous Smite ready. I think. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yep, it lasts for a minute.
We had one character that ascended where we lit incense and scattered dried rose petals in the wind. That's adorable.
Oh, that's very Master Oogway.
That is very Master Oogway. I love that. I think I'd want whatever a circus-style funeral is. Like, a ridiculous party.
Like Day of the Dead, kind of, like, New Orleans-style party.
Yes. Everyone paints their face in some funny way. Just goes to town. Have some... Everybody eats stew. Even though stew is not her favourite food anymore. It's banana splits that she's decided.
Banana split.
Yeah. Yeah, we've put some ridiculous thought into our characters, which is very fun.
It is 9 to 11, so I think at this point, Pixie, I'm going to go.
That's fine. Not a problem. Thank you for talking and introducing people to D&D.
Yeah.
This is cool.
I'm going to take this opportunity to say goodbye, everyone. I love you all, and we'll see you all next week.
Hell yeah. Next week, when Mamba just flies in on a rope or something, on a vine, with a flaming arrow in hand and a knife in her mouth. That'd actually be really cool. Style. Yeah, Rambo style.
Good night, everyone.
Well, good night. I will, Oh, I can do this now. I figured out how to make this happen. Because we're going to go on a raid like we normally do. Look at that! It's amazing! Well, take care of yourself, Pigeon. If you want to stick around for the raid or whatever, then please feel free. I need to find out who's live, though, unless anybody has a friend that's live. Tomorrow, for anybody watching, we are going to be playing the Legend of Zelda Minish Cap. Lee is. Oh, cool, okay. Yeah, we'll do Lee. Let's just go say hi to Lee. We always like saying hi to Lee. Unless I've got anybody else, which I don't think so. We're all good. Yeah, if you guys haven't met Leaderpuss, he's absolutely wonderful. And close to our streamer circle, he's very wonderful. But yeah, so Legend of Zelda Minish Cap tomorrow. It's gonna be real fun. So, you know, if you want to watch that, that'll be real fucking cool. But, you know, it's been a really great stream tonight, and I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. I think I'm following him already. Thanks, Jim. Thanks for existing. Right, so let's do that. I don't really mind about raid messages or whatever. I just like it when my followers just, you know, go and say hi and interact and stuff, you know. Okay. So I will see you. I will see you, lovely people, tomorrow. I hope you have a good rest of your day. And please go take care of yourself. Thanks for existing. Alright, I will see you later.